Hello everybody, I'm Kralisz, and I just want to tell you a little bit about my story. I have grown up in a wonderful family, a family that's all dedicated to Christ, that love Christ, and have pretty much brought that into my life since I was a baby. And I think that's hard for people to accept sometimes. When it's always there, it's easy to take it for granted or to not realize how important Christian principles and God being involved and honored in everyday life is to survival, to making it, and to having a good purpose and effect on the world. But I didn't always understand that, and I actually fought it pretty much through most of my childhood, and that's coming up as a pretty bright child who gets good grades and can grasp most concepts really easily. And it got to the point when I got to high school, I was a freshman, and I started playing basketball, and I was pretty good. I actually played on varsity as a freshman, and I didn't want to wake up for church on Sunday morning. I was having fun, I went out with friends, and it wasn't my thing. So I told my parents, and I fought it. I didn't want to go anymore, and they said, if you read the Bible, we'll let you choose for yourself. So I made the best attempt at that as you can when you're a freshman in high school. I tried to get through all the scriptures, and I went to some children's Bibles to reference and to try to get an understanding. And I got through it, and I told my parents, I'm not going to church anymore. And I stopped going. I pretty much stepped away from church and started studying more philosophy, and then that moved on to different religions, and I studied Islam and Buddhism and atheism and Satanism. When did they start? Who started them? Who wrote their books? Who are their prophets? Where did they come from? And I started putting this stuff on timelines. Who's the first Hindu god? When does that show up in the Bible? Took the Bible timeline and put that on a spatial timeline. When did Jesus live? When did Abraham live? When did Muhammad live? And looked at it, and it painted the picture to me. It showed me it's real. It makes sense. If you watch the spread of faith, and you watch how humanity has moved, and you see where we're at right now and how twisted up we are, and you see the lies that are in plain sight that everyone misses, it's so real, and God needs to be honored in public space. I came to Landmark because some volunteer at Landmark came and pestered me many times at the shelter that I work at to say, you need to come help at Landmark, you need to come see this place. And I walked over here, and I walked in the building, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is where you actually brought me. I thought he was taking me to a rinky-dink little church. I work in churches all over Oakland County, and some of them are like museums. They're amazing. Normally, if someone's coming asking for help, you don't find a building with the potential that Landmark has. And I showed up here, and I was just amazed by it, and immediately felt drawn to have to help out, to do something to make a move happen here. It's a building that, if you look at it over 75 years, faith has built it. Whether or not it's fallen people, or they come from different places, or they grew up here, faith built this building. It's big enough to have a 2,000, 3,000 seat sanctuary, a gymnasium, multiple classrooms. It could change the way this city looks. There's 30% foreclosed homes, and people who can't afford food and stable work and are undereducated, and a building like this needs some people to come and help to change that. Doctors and lawyers and teachers to come and provide their time to offer that to people who need it. We've been working here for quite a bit of time now, and the building's getting in a little bit better shape, but we could still use more construction workers, roofers to come help out. And then we need the capable and educated, faithful, strong Christians in Detroit and around the area to come and commit some time and resources to the people here who don't see the picture right now. We love this place. We just had graduation here for the high school, the local high school. The whole entire building was packed, and I didn't know a single one of them. And I'm pretty sure no one in this church did. And we want to. but we have to have something to inspire them to want to come in here. And that's some services and help that they need. Thank you, that's my story. I could go on forever. I've been run over by a truck and stuck under for 45 minutes, thrown from another car going 65 miles an hour. Both of them walked away from the situations. I got to play in the NCAA tournament, playing basketball. I stumbled into a job being a teacher for 7th grade math in inner city Dallas with lots of Hispanic kids, and another job into working with churches in the wealthiest county in the Midwest of America. I can tell you God's never not been in my life. Everything I've ever done to push him away or mess my steps up, he's opened another door and paved an opening for me. If you have faith, he will change your world and the world of everyone around you.